Greetings! I am Pastor Smith, and this is your Saturday update for St. Matthew Lutheran Church in White Lake, Wisconsin. Well, tomorrow is the 17th Sunday after Trinity, and we are going to be following Divine Service 4 with Holy Communion. The hymns for tomorrow are going to be hymns 834, O God, O Lord of heaven and earth, hymn 557, Seek where you may to find a way, hymn 784, Take my life and let it be, hymn 621, Let all mortal flesh keep silence, and hymn 411, I want to walk as a child of the light. The texts for tomorrow are going to be from the Old Testament, Proverbs chapter 25, verses 6 through 14. The psalm will be Psalm 2. The epistle will be Ephesians 4, 1 through 6. And the gospel lesson will come from the Gospel of St. Luke, the 14th chapter, verses 1 through 11. Now, I'm going to be focusing tomorrow in the sermon on the topic and issue of humility. It comes up in the Proverbs, it comes up in the Old Testament, it comes up in the Epistle and the Gospel lesson. And that is in part, I'm going to focus on it because it's a word and a virtue that our society has lost sight of and doesn't actively pursue. Rather, we find that we're quite often encouraged to pursue pride, and kind of, to puff ourselves up or to make ourselves sound and look better than we are. But we don't talk a lot about humility. And so that's what we're going to look at tomorrow. What is humility all about? The Bible study then for tomorrow morning at 8:45 is going to be picking up in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, starting at about verse 14. And this is going to follow right after St. Paul had just told the church in Corinth that if the Israelites weren't allowed to participate in idol worship during the Exodus, why do you think that you are going to be able to participate in idol worship today? And so he calls them out on that and points that they need to get away from all idolatry. They need to flee from it. Now, this is also going to kind of spark into our first discussion on closed communion, because we're going to be talking about a term that Paul uses there, koinonia, and that is talking about fellowship or participation. And so I would encourage you to come and listen as I will be using the Assembly of God denomination as an example of where we agree but also where we differ and why we don't take communion together. And so as you listen to that, you'll kind of figure out some of the differences. If you've ever wondered what are the differences between our church bodies, this would be a good place to start, and this would be the folks at Four Corners. Let's see. All right, onward to announcements. So a reminder, the Grief Share is going on at Peace Lutheran in Antigo from 5 to 6:30 on Monday nights. Quilting is happening on Tuesday mornings. Confirmation on Wednesday. Although we're going to might be doing that as an online session. I got to figure out the technology and make it all work. Thursday Bible study is going to be at 10 a.m. and we're going to be back in Zechariah. And Thursday night at 6 o'clock we'll be having the pastor's class. Next week Sunday is going to be LWML Sunday. And so if you have been collecting your mites this past month, they're going to have the table out again to gather in some mites. And let's see, pizza order forms are in the bulletin, and the deadline for that is coming up on October 18th. It is surprising that we are in October already. I can't believe it. But please be sure to get those back in so we can make the pizzas on November 7th and have them all set for you. The other thing is that the newsletter is also out. So if the newsletter is not mailed to your house, please be sure to pick it up in the church narthex at your mailbox, and that way you'll be all set and up to date. And the other thing is you might be able to tell I've got a bit of a cold. And this being in the midst of a pandemic, I just want to be upfront with you guys. There has been no fever, right? I mean, nothing like that, nothing that I've not been in contact with anybody that's got COVID or anything like that. But just so that way, if you guys wonder what's going on, that's what's happening. All right. Well, God bless, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. All right. Bye.